Good morning, beloved leaders, blessed families, brothers and sisters. Happy Chonekuk Family Sunday Gathering. I am Chamran Sapal, President of the FFWPU Cambodia, to serve as your MC today. Now, let us listen to a song offered by Mr. Peter Smithat and team titled The Greatest Blessing, composed by Dr. Tang Kim Srui.
I cross the ocean, I travel 1,000 miles, and to find something real, and to find something real. I have no choice, I have no guarantee, but the greatest blessing that happened to me, that took the time, that took the praise, that took 1,000 days to hold up together. I never knew such a blessing was there, but you were prepared, but you were prepared. You are the shield to protect me from pain. You heal my heart, you cure my spirit. Your greatest blessing that happened to me. Your greatest blessing that happened to me. The greatest blessing in all my life is loving you. I want to love you more. I want to love you more. The greatest blessing in all my life is loving you. I want to love you more. I want to love you more. This is the greatest blessing in all my life. I want to love you more. I want to love you more. I want to love you more. I want to love you more.
Thank you very much. Now, let us sing holy song with our brother and sister from Battambang.
Uniting the eternal with
Once again, thank you very much. Leaders, brothers and sisters, please rise up to sing Chonekuk National Anthem. Thank you very much. Now, let us offer our utmost sincere bow to our beloved Heavenly Parent and true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. 하늘 부모님, 전지인 참 부모님, 정배 Pero now, let's recite the family pledge. 1. Our family, the owner of Chonekuk, pledges to seek our original homeland and build the kingdom of God on earth and in heaven, the original ideal of creation by centering on true love. 2. Our family, the owner of Chonekuk, pledges to represent and become central to heaven and earth by attending the Heavenly Parent and true parents. We pledge to perfect the dutiful family way of filial sons and daughters in our family, patriots in our nation, saints in the world, and divine sons and daughters in heaven and on earth by centering on true love. 3. Our family, the owner of Chonekuk, pledges to perfect the 4 great realms of heart, the 3 great kingship, and the realm of the royal family by centering on true love. 4. Our family, the owner of Chonekuk, pledges to build the universal family encompassing heaven and earth, which is the Heavenly Parent's ideal of creation, and perfect the world of freedom, peace, unity, and happiness by centering on true love. 5. Our family, the owner of Chonekuk, pledges to strive every day to advance the unification of the spirit world and the physical world as subject and object partners by centering on true love. 6. Our family, the owner of Choniguk, pledges to become a family that moves heavenly fortune by embodying the heavenly parent and true parents, and to perfect a family that convey heaven's blessing to our community by centering on true love. 7. Our family, the owner of Choniguk, pledges through living for the sake of others to perfect the world based on the culture of heart, which is rooted in the original lineage by centering on true love. 8. Our family, the owner of Choniguk, pledges, having entered the era of Choniguk, to achieve the ideal of God and human beings united in love through absolute faith, absolute love, and absolute obedience, and to perfect the realm of liberation and complete freedom in the kingdom of God on earth and in heaven by centering on true love. I would like to invite Dr. Tang Kim Srui, Vice National Leader, FFWPU Cambodia, for the opening prayer.
Dear brothers and sisters, please join me in prayer. 사랑하는 부모님, 전신 참 부모님, 감사합니다, 사랑합니다. The most beloved heavenly parents and the true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, we love you. We thank you for blessing us. Beloved heavenly parents and true parents, today all family, children, brothers and sisters across the Asia-Pacific region and around the world are gathering here together beyond time and space in this Sunday gathering, centering on you, to attend you, to serve you, and to comfort you. Today, Reverend Hajimit Saitok, the Choniguk Special Envoy to Cambodia, will offer a sermon to share your words and your teaching so that we can keep connect, inherit, inspire, and spread out to the 7.7 billion people. In order to achieve such a goal, beloved holy parents and true parents, please allow us to become sacrifice, to restore sorrowful heart of heaven, earth, and all things of creation. Holy parents and true parents, we earnestly hope and desire that you will allow us to become children with filial heart who devote ourselves for the sake of all people. Please allow us to realize that today each one of us and all of us together have the responsibility to restore the grief of heaven, and we are in a situation where it is through ourselves we must bring to an end the battle to restore the enmity of heavenly parents. Since we have realized this, please allow us to have mind which seek to accomplish more for you. Please allow us to be grateful even if we are carrying a hardship. Please let us become children who can say, holy parents and true parents, we are here. Please don't worry. And we are earnestly hope you will allow us to become children who can offer comfort to you, who in a sorrowful heart, by seeing your children in a very difficult situation. As you remind us again and again to take responsibility to find and bring before you the 7.7 billion of the world population who are unaware of you, holy parents and true parents. We earnestly hope and desire that you will guide us to become children who are able to exalt your glory and joy high on earth by letting flame of light rise up everywhere we go, and by bringing about the work of resurrection when we go out confidently with the words you give us. Holy parents and true parents, Please allow us to understand and inherit clearly that it is our responsibility to fulfill this mission and to relieve the Holy Parents and two parents, earnest, longing heart, who has been working tirelessly for the sake of heavens and all mankind. Please allow us to become children to whom only Heavenly Parents and heaven can relate. Beloved Holy Parent and two parents, thank you very much. Thank you. We love you. I would like to represent you all, and I pray all of these things in my name. Thank Kim Sri Thani Sayaka, the blessed central family of Choniguk.
Thank you very much. Now let us watch the HJ Global News.
Hello and welcome to a new edition of HJ Global News, the weekly news summary of Choniguk. Having successfully completed the 7-year cosmic course of Canon and proclaimed the establishment of Choniguk, True Mother gave her blessings to all blessed families who have fulfilled their mission as heavenly tribal messiahs, Chonbo, or heavenly treasures, by registering them in the Chonbo One, thus qualifying us as citizens of Choniguk. This week, we share with you a special on the heavenly tribal messiah movement. The slopes of Mount Chonsong reflect the summer green and the color of roses and chrysanthemums. Gazing at the beautiful colors surrounding the holy dwelling place, Chonjonggung, a place drenched in True Parents' tears and love, True Mother prays that humanity will soon overcome the pandemic and be reborn as a family under Heavenly Parent. Having offered the victory of Vision 2020 to heaven and proclaimed the establishment of Choniguk, True Mother prayed for the era of Heavenly Parents' holy community and the victory of Vision 2027 while contemplating the natural beauty that surrounds Chonjonggung. In True Father's final prayer, his last instructions for blessed families was to become heavenly tribal messiahs. In 2013, True Mother proclaimed the Foundation Day of Choniguk, which was the original desire of our Heavenly Parent. In 2014, she entrusted the blessed families with the mission of becoming heavenly tribal messiahs, thereby serving God so that they would become the leaders for the firm establishment of Choniguk.
여러분들의 신종적 메시아, 신은 새로운 신이 아닌 하나님을 모시는 종적 메시아들이 되어야 됩니다.
As a result, leaders from 7 sub-regions affiliated with the international headquarters have selected strategic nations to create a platform conducive to expanding witnessing. The Academic of Heavenly Tribal Messiah was thus created, and through a network established between the international headquarters and the sub-regional directors, fieldwork was revitalized through educational programs. With True Parents' full support and prayers, blessed families throughout the world have been illuminating both the physical and spiritual worlds as true teachers with true parental heart. So for 7 years, the members revived the tradition of expressing true love by living for the sake of others, longing for God and spreading the new expression of truth, producing amazing works through the Holy Spirit. Tribal messiahs became the driving force behind the restoration efforts with religious groups and nations for the victory of Vision 2020.
여러분들의 정성과 수고가 하늘 앞에 상달될 수 있는 천보원, 여러분들이 다 그것에 등재되는 영예로운 효자 효녀 충신이 되기를 바랍니다. 축원합니다.
True parents recognized the heavenly tribal messiah's beautiful stories and raised their names to heaven. The name Chonbo family was engraved when making the Chonbo one, and it will shine for future descendants. Through dozens of world tours, putting a severe strain on her body, she went through a 7-year cosmic canon course for the restoration of tribes, nations, and continents. On that foundation, she was able to proclaim the day of the settlement of Choneguk. She then blessed Heavenly Tribal Messiah as Chonbo families, finally opening the way for us to become perfected Choneguk citizens.
여러분이 지상에 있는 동안에 종족 메시아 승리는 민족, 국가 메시아의 승리, 세계 메시아의 승리로 확대되어야 할 것입니다.
True Parents Victorious Foundation will blossom into the culture and tradition of true love with the Chonbo name. We will open a new future, a heavenly unified world, an ideal kingdom of heaven filled with joy and freedom. May we become faithful, devoted sons and daughters who bring joy to Heavenly Parent. Let's become Chonbo families who will help open the doors of a heavenly cosmos by 2027. Now let's see some news from the mission fields, where a new stage is being launched under the name of Heavenly Parents Holy Community. Centered on Chairman Moon Yona of UPF Heavenly Korea, a conference took place with mid-level managers and representatives. With the launch of Heavenly Parents Holy Community, UPF intends to develop social and national programs based on the ideology of Heavenly Unified Korea. This meeting was not only a place to discuss the establishment of guidelines to accelerate the growth in membership based on national consensus, but also the development of various cultural materials and the division of tasks between organizations, which will make it possible to regularly share the activities of each providential organization. 78 cadets from the first class of Sunmoon UPA participated in a lecture on the Providence, which took place at Sunmoon University, Choneguk National University. In his speech, Dr. Yoon Young-ho, General Director of the International Headquarters, conveyed the sincere heart of True Mother, who after the ascension of True Father shed abundant sweat and tears in order to establish Choneguk. In a video conference, Dr. Thomas Walsh, UPF Chairman, then expressed the UPF views by talking about the ISCP and the 6 other organizations under its umbrella. The cadets listened attentively to the 2 speakers and promised to fulfill their mission as future leaders of Choneguk. They pledged to become Hyojeonrang, who will guide the providence and bear witness to the will of God. In Korea, the 2020 Sunday School Teachers Breakfast Meeting was held for Sunday school teachers with more than 15 years of experience. The aim of the meeting was to encourage them and reward them. In his message, Reverend Lee Gi-sung urged them to become true leaders who would invest themselves with utmost sincerity in order to make the 2nd and 3rd generation children of filial piety for God. 23 educators participated in this meeting, which took place at the restaurant Hyojeonrang, recently inaugurated by True Mother. They expressed their love and gratitude to True Parents who helped them to overcome difficulties in their work, promised to be more involved and to give the best of themselves in the future. IAYSP Central and Latin America organized the 2020 edition of the Online Synergy program, which presents solutions and a vision for a peaceful world. After a selection process that lasted 3 weeks, more than 300 piece designers from 18 places in Latin American countries, together with a total of 50 entrepreneurs and their social projects, were selected for the final round. This was viewed by nearly 2,400 people. 12 projects were finally selected. IAYSP Central America plans to make the young people and students who presented their projects true owners and leaders in the realization of a world of peace by supporting the realization of their projects. On the occasion of Africa Day, IAYSP Ghana organized an online conference for young people. 7 speakers from 5 countries, including business leaders and ambassador, a university professor and a poet, positively inspired young people by showcasing their expertise and presenting solutions and innovations in solving youth problems. In Japan, 69 new people were appointed to serve the public mission. After words of encouragement from Reverend Hori Masashi and Isongman, Reverend Tokunu Ichi said a few words. He called on the new members engaged in public mission to be able to distinguish right from wrong in this new providential era, when the whole truth is being revealed. He also urged them to take ownership of the activities of the Family Federation and then witnessed their solemn oath. In spite of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Family Federation of Japan has revitalized its team, carrying out revivals among different generations in this new era of Heavenly Parents' Holy Community. Centered on the Heavenly Parents' Holy Community, we have embarked on a new 7-year cosmic course. We therefore wish that you become tribal messiahs of Chonaguk and Chonbo families who will be daily invested so that all humanity can accept Heavenly Parent and live in His love. It is with these words that we conclude today's edition. Thank you for your faithfulness and may God bless you.
Thank you very much, beloved leaders, blessed families, brother and sister. Now, please join me to welcome Reverend Hajimi Saito, Chonaguk Special Envoy to Cambodia. He will give a sermon titled Era of Heavenly Parent, Holy Community, which attend Heavenly Parent.
Good morning, leaders, blessed families, brothers and sisters from Asian Pacific region. Good morning. Welcome to the Sunday service of the 14th June 2020. Today I would like to share topic is Heavenly Parent Holy Community Era. First, let's see for the True Father's guidance. If you examine the flow of history based on historical providence, you can classify 3 broad stages. First was a nature-centered era, a time of instinctual feelings, materialism, and closeness to animals and elements of the creation. The next stage was the human-centered era, when knowledge, feeling, is the emotions took precedence and dominated the world. However, these eras were temporary. They were causes of the preparation that were necessary in order to enter the era in which people could rid themselves of fallen nature, return to their original self, and live as one unified family, attending God as their Father. We all came from the fallen lineage. That's why, in order to jump into the era that to understand for the original self and live as a one united family, attending God, we need to go as stages by stages. even though when we doing the activity, that we, in order to let the people in the secular world to know that also we need to take the strategy in order to let them understand. Then, when we go to the stages by stages, and then we can enter into the era to live as one united family attending God. As this realm of heart unfolds, we will enter a God-centered era, the final stage. Human beings will experience God's heart and will as their own and will follow the path of living for the sake of others. They will do this through establishing absolute standard on the foundation of having renewed themselves, both inside and out, through holy blessing ceremony. This is the time of opening the era of God's kingdom, Cheonryuk, a time in which we can return to the heart of the one true God. Please engrave this truth in your heart. In order to enter into the Cheonryuk era, we need and can return to the heart of one true God. So we can say this is the era of Heavenly Parent, Holy Community. The era of the Heavenly Parent, Holy Community is the era that we can return to the heart of the one true Heavenly Parent. We continue for the further speech. Gregorian and lunar calendars now stand in the position of Cain and Abel, supporting the heavenly calendar, by which we will chart and record the progress of God's providence. Please now engrave True Parents' teaching into your bones and practice them in your life. We have no alternative. If we do not prepare now, we will surely lose everything. White-necked cranes fly across the Himalayas, which are more than 7,000 meters high, in preparation for winter. We should emulate their courage and endurance. In order to enter into the era of Cheonryuk, in order to enter into the heavenly holy community era, True Father already proclaimed to change into the new era as a heavenly calendar. Through this, that we can enter into the God's realm of heart. And in order to enter this era, what we need to do? We need to engrave True Parents' teaching into our bones and practice them in our lifetime. That is to say, we follow to the True Parents' life course and practice. This is the True Mother's recent speech at the occasion of the 60th anniversary of the Holy Wedding. Heavenly Parent waited and waited for this providence to start on this earth, and on March 16, 1960, on this day, Heavenly Parent should have become one with True Parents. However, when we look at history, the history of the providence of restoration and the providence of restoration through intimacy was littered with the mistakes and prolonged. In particular, the returning Messiah's responsibility should have reached perfection based on the foundation of Christianity, but because of the Christianity's opposition in 1960, True Parents looked at the world and began a marathon. We continue to read the True Mother's speech. Thereafter, True Parents' endless effort and to embrace the entire world was filled with unspeakable and unimaginable blood, sweat, and tears. For 54 years, True Parents have been running this marathon, and finally on January 13, 2013, True Parents proclaimed the Foundation Day, who guided everyone into the finish line. Only True Mother crossed the finishing line. That is why I proclaim the first year of Cheonryuk. And for the sake of True Father, for 3 years, I beseeched heavenly parents to show compassion, forgiveness, and love. True father's mission must see completion on earth. Earthly life takes precedence. However, complete realization of God's will on earth was not fulfilled. For 54 years, true parents paid the indemnity. And on the foundation that the true parents paid the indemnity, finally we could receive the grace of the foundation day. So true parents paid 54 years indemnity. And actually, in the last half year, true mother paid indemnity alone. Even we can say, after that 3 years, that true mother paid indemnity alone. So, the question is that only the true parents is the one who can pay the indemnity, or someone else can instead? Let's see for the true father's guidance. Restoration through indemnity is not restoration that is merely conditional. I paid conditional indemnity. Now I am making actual indemnity conditions. That is not written in the divine principle. You may be hearing these terms, conditional indemnity, and condition which are for actual indemnity for the first time. When we look at the course of the restoration to present, we see that God repeatedly raised individuals from Satan's world who were most conscientious. Noah was precisely that kind of person. God called Noah upon the foundation of that one individual life of absolute faith and settled his providence through Noah's family. Today as well, God needs such men of absolute faith. He needs women of absolute faith and for position foundation of absolute faith. Like the central figure in the providential history, Noah, Abraham, Moses, they paid the conditional indemnities. Only the Lord of Second Advent as a begotten son and begotten daughter, true parents, could pay for actual indemnity. So when we totally summarize of these stories, only those who could pay for the actual indemnities are the true parents. And then we, as a disciple of true parents, as blessed family, we are the one who follow through the true parents the way of principle which was pioneered by true parents. So all we need to do is always we look at the true parents and then follow the life course of the true parents. So let's see for especially the 54 years true parents life course. True father was born in 1920 and true mother was born in 1943. And then in 1960s they have the holy wedding and started for the first 7 years course. First 7 years course was the course of individual family tribe, and the second 7 years course is the course of the national restoration, and then third 7 years course is the course of the world restoration. On the foundation of that true parents went for the another 21 years course, that restoration of the elder sonship, restoration of the parentalship, and restoration of the kingship. On the foundation of this restoration of the three rights that true parents proclaimed and held the coronation ceremony of the God's kingdom in 2001, January 13. And then 2003, for the February 6th, true parents doing for the one more time for the holy wedding. And then also coronation ceremony as cosmic parent and then parent of the heaven and earth, as blessed family, peace, king and queen, and unity. On the foundation of this, that true parents already proclaimed the God's kingship, and then 2005, true parents doing for the world tour, and 2006, that true parents enter into the Cheonjeonggun. And then again, True Parents doing for the world tour in 2011. That True Parents went into the Europe in 2005 that they couldn't go, and then also going to the Africa. So to see this one, True Parents also went through the course that as they did the world tour in the first 7 years course. Also True Parents doing the world tour from 2005. And in Asia, centering on Dr. Yon, from 2011, Dr. Yon, he himself was doing for the Philippine National Tour, India, and also in Cambodia. And 2013 is the foundation day. And then after 2013, True Mother was bestowed the title to All Blessed Family as a Heavenly Tribal Messiah. So from 2013 is National Restoration Course centering on Heavenly Tribal Messiah. And then True Mother already declared the victory of the Vision 2020. From Vision to after 2020, another 7 years course. This is a course for unified, a heavenly unified world. So this is the course of the restoration of the world. When we look at this one, when we learn, especially about the first 20 years course, especially when we study about the third 7 years course, it may learn that we can, it may learn what we should do on this 7 years course from 2020 to 2027. So let's see the True Parents guidance right after finish for the first 7 years course. In the beginning, God created the vast universe and placed Adam and Eve as its center. When God created Adam and Eve, He made them with all the elements of His creation. And then He bestowed even more upon them. The most important gift that He gave them was a heart. Through the unification of heart, God's idea of creation can be completed, which is the four-position foundation. Heart is the center of the four-position foundation. Heart is the center of the four-position foundation, and its core is love. Heart is the core and the most important base of all things. When we see God created for Adam and Eve, God gave everything to Adam and Eve. But most important gift that God bestowed to Adam and Eve was He gave them was love. And need to form the four-position foundation. And then center of the four-position foundation is the heart. So let's see for the four-position foundation. As long as the center of the four-position foundation is the heart, we can say form the four-position foundation is form the heartistic network. When the origin, heavenly parent and true parents, the subject partner, central figure, able figure, and object partner, as we are HCM coordinators, projected from the origin and the union, all fulfill these three object purpose. The four-position foundation is established. So, let's say, in order to produce the union, or to restore someone else, or doing the witnessing, or in order to bring the victory of the HTM, what we have to do is we need to stand as in front of the subject partner. We need to stand as the absolute object partner. What it means? It means we need to fall in love to able figure. 총회장님 사랑해요. 그레주리아스 사랑해요. When our central figure's thinking become my thinking, and then my thinking become the central figure's thinking, automatically it will become true parent thinking become my thinking, and my thinking become the true parent thinking. This is the principle. In this way, center of everything is heart, and the family is absolutely necessary for cultivating it. We cultivating for the four realm of heart in the family, and they must connect and unite centering on God. This connection is unity expand from level of the individual and family to the community, nation, and the world. Thus, restoration cannot be completed without heart, because without it no one can establish the central position. Restoration cannot be completed without heart. So, in order to inherit the true parent's heart, we need to go out for the front line. And then through the front line activity, that we can inherit the true parent's heart. Why? Because always true parents is in the front line. So let's see for the 7 years course. What true parents have done in the 7 years course, second 7 years course, is the tribal messiahship. And also to expanding the blessing to all over the world, and then total investment for the witnessing. Actually, this is the activity we have to have done by 2020. This is the true Father's guidance about the second 7 years course. Only Messiah can save the family, tribe, nation, and the world. Jesus became only the individual Messiah, but needed to become the family Messiah. That was the second coming thought. This is the period to fulfill the mission of the tribal Messiah, which Jesus couldn't accomplish and fulfill the people's Messiah's missions. John the Baptist was the elder cousin for Jesus. Therefore, for Jesus, he was Cain. At the same time, John the Baptist is the restored father figure, came from fallen humanity. That's why John the Baptist needed to hand over everything to Jesus, who came as a true father. It was necessary to unite between Cain type John the Baptist family and Abel type Jesus family. When we started for the HCM activity in Cambodia, I asked Dr. Yon, when we go out for Pioneer, what is the first thing that we need to do? Dr. Yon immediately answered, find the John the Baptist figure. Actually, ALC is the savior for Cambodia. Through the ALC, many John the Baptist figure was educated, and then to become the John the Baptist figure. The reason why that Cambodia could develop in the short period is because of the ALC. Whoever received the education from Dr. Yon, Honorable Ignat, Dr. Kittel, and Mrs. Ahara, and then they, without exception, they become the John the Baptist figure for HTM. And third year's course. Third 7 years course. Third 7 year course remain, during which you must go forward on the foundation of the true parents' victory, which they won when they took responsibility for everything and fought directly to gain success. Now we have the foundation on which we can work freely, centering on United States for the next 7 years. As you restore humanity from its fallen position in the world, you can become citizen of God's country and sons and daughters of God. You can do this representing the world as you set the condition to restore the United States to the side of heaven and establish the one global nation. One set up the third 7 year course on the world level with the intention of granting you this privilege. You need to become the founding pastors or patriots of heavenly country. The world turns on the axis of this fundamental principle. Because I am the leader in Cambodia, so that's why I always thinking about Cambodia. Actually, when we practice, and then everything will be done. Why? Because true parents already created the environment. True parents already made the foundation. Because anyway, I am the Cambodia leader and my name is Hajime. So why? Day and night always what I am thinking is I want to offer my nation Cambodia as a Chonilguk, first in the world. But actually what we have to think is not only my nation, but also my region. So after restore Chonilguk Cambodia, next will be restore for the Chonilguk Indochina. And next we need to restore as a Chonilguk Southeast Asia. Next, we need to restore for the Asian Pacific. Next, finally, we need to restore the world. Always it's connecting each other. And then we restore for my nation for what? For the sake of my region, for the sake of my world. That's why we need to become the heavenly soldier of building Chonilguk. In the third 7-year course, what True Father have done is first, he organizing for the IOWC, International One World Crusader, and organizing for the Day of Hope Festival, and then organizing for the World Rally for the Korean Freedom. Actually, in that time, all over the world faced the danger. Even they have the possibility that people in all over the world is already corrupted because of the nuclear war. One who saved that situation, one who saved the world was the True Parents. Because True Parents was organizing the IOWC and then Day of the Hope Festival and then World Rally for the Korean Freedom. Because of all these things, True Parents saved the world. When we're thinking about, we need to know. Now, in this current situation for the 2020, also we face the danger. Even our danger is waiting more than this time. I'm not only talking about the COVID-19. So why? When we're thinking about this, we never know how important loyalty is. And then, Father was sending for the missionary to the all over the world. In 1975, that Father was sending the missionary to the all over the world. Because also I am the missionary. Those who joining as an overseas missionary, they are my heroes and heroine. Dr. Kito, you are my hero. Since 1975, without ceasing, how come you continue for the overseas missionary life? Even actually could do this one on the foundation in 1958. Father sent the first missionary to Japan, and 1959, that Father sent the first missionary to America, and then for the 40 nations. On the foundation of this, sending for the missionary in 1975. In this point, I really respect the Nepali leaders and Philippine leaders. Overseas missionaries are not easy. Even they may face like hell on earth, but still continue for the missionary work. When we're thinking about True Parents was born on this earth as a begotten son and begotten daughter. They came on this earth from the original idea of the creation. Actually for them, to live on this earth itself is already like a hell. But True Fathers went to the prison 5 times. The prison is a hell on hell. Even the small condition Satan took to kill the True Parents. This kind of situation. But True Parents never show any small condition that Satan can take. Even True Parents pray for the enemy. And as a result, what's happened is a holy wedding, I think. In 1958, true father paid the 40 days Johnson condition, and at the risk of his life. And then father went to the Korea Konju Kapsa, and then father was doing for the 40 days offering condition at the risk of his life. In that time, he was so serious because the Messiah need to do for the holy wedding, but Satan didn't allow. In order to have the holy wedding, that the Lord of the Second Advent need to have the national foundation. In that time, Unification Church was maybe only the 500 membership. This is far from the national foundation. So instead of to have the national foundation, to make the foundation in Japan and America, to be as an international foundation. So in order for that, 1958, Reverend Pon Chun-che decided to go to Japan. But in that time, Korea and Japan didn't have the national diplomatic relationship. So why? He need to go secretly to there. One time and two times he couldn't go. Third time he tried to go, but the true father stopped him to go. But he went. He could reach to Japan, but unfortunately he was captured and put into the prison. He was really upset because he went to Japan for the witnessing, but he stayed in prison. So he couldn't do for the witnessing. What he have done, he's drinking the soya sauce and he becomes sick and then go to the hospital and then run away from the hospital. And then 1959 on October 3rd, he have done the first Sunday service in Tokyo. 6 months later, that it could hold the holy wedding. In that time, do you think Reverend Pon Chun-che that he know that he doing the mission become the condition for the holy wedding? I don't think so. Do you think that true parents could tell about this? I don't think so. Actually, but protest is going on like this. Everybody have the responsible, and then what kind of important condition that they doing this mission? No one know. But without this person, without you, that providence cannot go on. If you give up, this gives the big damage to true parents. But even though that it seems like we don't do anything, but we keep on our responsibility, become the big condition for true parents. We must save the world. We must send missionary to 120 nations by 1974 without fail. For this purpose, I selected 120 holy ground in 40 nations. We must send out these missionaries during the second 7-year course, who will be sent to foreign countries. If I send blessed families, there will be the less persecution, so I am thinking of sending blessed families instead of single church members. If we only think about our nation, we will decline. And even how much our situation is difficult, we need to live for the sake of others. We need to save the world. We need to do this without fail. Nevertheless, if I cannot find the right blessed family to send, I will send someone whose parents or grandparents are from that nation or who has some other connection to that nation. If a member has blood ties to a nation, I will send him or her there. Once we begin the third 7 years course, we must have these 120 nations set up as a foundation for the word evangelism. We are preparing for the third 7-year course during the second 7 years course. When we think about for the world current situation right now, actually it may more serious than 1975. So this is exactly the time. Even though because of this COVID-19 situation, traveling is difficult, but we really need to think how to save the world. To follow the same course of the third 7-year course and then complete by ourselves is the thing that we have to do right now. And then in the third 7 years course that Father was doing for the home church movement. Father was expanding for the 360 home church movement, and then right now we can say that we are doing for the HTM for the 430 families based on home group. And then through the home group, that realization of the kingdom of heaven, and also in that time Father was doing for the unified liberation ceremony. In this period we can say this is the Chombo providence. So in order to realize for the Chonnilguk, without home group there is no HTM. Without the home group and then Chombo, there is no Chonnilguk. So this is what we have to do in this moment. First of all, home church is the way for the children to inherit the world level indemnity course of the true parents, who pay the indemnity in order to resolve the failure of history. Second, home church is to indemnify the realm of the tribal Messiah lost at the time of Jesus. Thereby, it opened the way to realm where we can be the tribal Messiah and then go to the national and world level. You cannot go forward without indemnify these two levels. To do so, you need to do home church activity. Without it, you cannot go to the kingdom of heaven. Finally, without home group, there is no HTM. And without home group, there is no national restoration. Without home group, there is no world restoration. Even though two fathers say, without it, we cannot go to the kingdom of heaven. You have to shed blood and sweat for your home church. You have to shed tears and you have to experience mistreatment. Through these experiences, you must come to know about the effort that your parents have made. My hope is that in the future, persecution will cease and people will want to learn the principle of the Unification Church. It is my desire not to leave behind the path of suffering for the children who follow me. That's why I went to Danbury prison by myself. We do home group is actually the way that we follow for the True Parents Life course. And also we know the situation of the True Parents suffering through the home group. And also through this, we can enter into the heart of True Parents. Without the pioneer spirit, without the experience of pioneer, we cannot enter into the realm of heart of True Parents. Why? Because always True Parents stay in the front line. So, in order to do for the home group what we have to do, 3 people in the Trinity should know how to unite. Those who don't know how to unite cannot enter the kingdom of heaven. The ideology, concept of unity starts from Trinity. If these 3 people don't know how to unite, they will be far from entering the kingdom of heaven. They will not be able to see it. Besides, based on this, they must unite with 12 people. If 3 groups become one team and then 36 people in this team are united, Satan cannot claim them. Nobody can touch them. In order to form the home group, necessary and sufficient condition is from the Trinity. 3 people need to unite into one in heart. This is not easy. If 3 men gather together, fighting. But when these three people, their heart is united into one, this will be the good condition that we can enter into the Heavenly Parent's heart. So, when we can enter into the Heavenly Parent's heart, and then these three people become the one unit. And then it expands to the 12 people. And then when these 12 people become unite into one in heart, and then expand for the 36 people. And then these 36 people unite into one in heart, and then automatically go until the end. So it looks like slow, but actually this is the shortest cut. Let's go back to the True Mother's speech at the occasion of the 60th anniversary of holding wedding. Therefore, the work that I need to accomplish is to show the citizens of Cheongguk how to attend Heavenly Parents in their daily lives. After Father ascended, I mentioned that I would build Cheongwon-gun, but unfortunately my direction was not immediately implemented. There were so many secular and man-made limitations. However, now I have decided the date. In 2023, in the beautiful season of spring, Cheongwon-gun, the temple that will attend Heavenly Parent, Cheonil Temple, will be offered to heaven. Because I am the Cambodia leader, when hear about 2023, immediately I think the year of the 2023 is the year of SEA Games. In the year of the 2023, Cambodia will be the host nation for the SEA Games. And we would like to offer this SEA Game like the World Culture Sports Festival that what Father have done in the past. Based on the Heavenly Tribal Messiah Foundation, we expanding this Toemudo and Ilwondo. And then this sports festival, we would like to offer, and we would like to raise up as a culture festival, like a culture of expressing for the Heavenly Parent heart. So on this foundation, that we would like to make this the year of the 2023 for the SEA Games, like as an offering of the Southeast Asia. SEA Games will be on March. And then when True Parents offer the Cheongwon-gun, that Heavenly Parents can enter into the Cheonil Sonjeon as a happily heart. Heaven loves you, love the blessed families, and that is why Heaven gave you this gift, this opportunity. Your responsibilities are important. Will you fulfill your responsibility? Not a single person around the world should be unaware of the Heavenly Parent and unaware of the True Parents. Christianity is now facing its twilight. That is why I am working so that all the leaders, whether in the realm of the thoughts, politics, economy, or religion, can come under the banner, which is why I proclaim Heavenly Parent, Holy Community. The era we are living right now is the era of Cheongguk, which we can return into the Heavenly Parent heart. And this is when we can return into the Heavenly Parent heart is exactly, this is the Heavenly Parent Holy Community era. So why? We need to expand our activity for the home group centering on Trinity, that we need to raise up the citizens in all over our nation to understand for the Heavenly Parent heart. So whatever we do, like we doing the PR, or we doing the youth activity, or we doing for the Family Federation activity, or whatever we doing the sports, what we have to do, we need to coach the people to let them to see well about Heavenly Parent heart, and then we need to coach them that they can do well for Heavenly Parents activity, and we need to coach that they can be well citizen of Cheonryuguk. This is the era of Heavenly Parent Holy Community, and this is our mission. You need to jump up and start dancing and celebrating. When in history did we have a day like this? Up until now, Korea was a weak nation of many struggles. Thanks to who was the nation able to stand and become guiding light to the world. Please do not work in half measures. I want to add one more point. Henceforth, while I am alive on this earth, I am going to recognize and rectify everything Heavenly Parent is working with me. Heavenly Parent have been waiting to receive glory, love, and joy from His beloved children. You must do it. Everybody, you should be able to offer a report saying, Heavenly Parent, today this nation and these people have pledged to attend you. So while I am alive on this earth, it may be 10 years or it may be 20 years, at least 1/3 of 7.7 billion people should know and attend Heavenly Parent in their daily lives. We must realize the substantial kingdom of heaven on earth, Cheonryuguk. Two Mother mentioned about we need to restore 1/3 of 7.7 billion people. This is not just she say. Actually, we need to think this word very seriously. As I mentioned before, now all over the world face the danger. And then this danger is the danger that it may face that we have never faced before. And only the way to overcome this dangerous situation is make 1/3 of the 7.7 billion people to understand about the Heavenly Parent heart. So why? We need to educate the young people through the YLT. And also we need to send a missionary who can coach the people until the end of the world. And also through doing the event, all the event what we do is we need to let them to see well about the Heavenly Parent's heart, and through the home group that we need to let our people to inspire their heart. And we have to do this with the pioneer spirit. And then we need to continue this one until we fulfill our goal. Finally, whatever happened and however the situation is, that we need to bring the victory. So at the end, I would like to conclude for my Sunday sharing with the True Father's speech. The path of Joshua and Caleb walked was full of adventures. Their path was difficult and pioneering one, as well as one that led to many battles. Wherever they went, they had to face a hard task to fulfill their mission as pioneers. Sometimes they faced personal tests and trials, and the other time they had to deal with challenges caused by the environment. Their course was filled with all kinds of tribulations. When Moses was about to commence the journey to lead the Israelites into the blessed land of Canaan, Pharaoh attempted to kill him, and many among the Israelites distrusted and opposed him. By the same token, Joshua and Caleb faced similar challenges. Since God knew this so well, he told Joshua and Caleb, "Be strong and bold." What does the word "be strong and bold" mean? This means to transcend all the human condition. You must go beyond all humanistic condition. Our brothers and sisters from all over Asian Pacific region, be strong and be bold. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for sharing this timely and significant sermon. Next, we are going to offer the offering song. To close today's Choniguk Family Sunday Gathering, Mr. Hut Hen, Vice National Leader, FFWPU Cambodia, will offer a closing prayer.
Arun Suvadai, good morning all great leaders. Please join me in prayer. Beloved Heavenly Parents and True Parents, Parents of heaven, earth and humankind, we are so grateful to our Heavenly Parents and True Parents from the amazing word we received today through Reverend Hajime Saito's sermons. We are living in the era of Heavenly Parents Holy Community. This is the time of opening the door of God's kingdom, Choniguk, since True Mother has come to Asia Pacific as well as the nation of Cambodia. It has brought us more closer and see well in commitment's heart to move one line with our True Mother's heart right now. No matter what difficulty or challenges may come, we should go to experience God's heart. That is important to realize our ultimate goal of substantial Choniguk. And the more challenges we face, we believe that the role of our longing heart to realize as heavenly sons and daughters always need to carry His sorrowful heart more and more within us. we are still far away from this standard, and we have to grow a lot by overcoming life and death situation. We cannot postpone anymore. We cannot pass those things to the next generation. Heavenly Parents, let us all unite as one to overcome this major challenge of our time as condition for victory on these 7 years course with spirits and truth. We can march forward and show the way for everyone to return to our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. Truly, the completed ring of heart is the center of the 4-person foundation. This connection and unity in family to the community, nation, and the world. Once again, I offer my eternal gratitude to our beloved Heavenly Parents and True Parents for the precious and enlightening words we received today, delivered through special invite to Cambodia, our Reverend Hajime Saito. Thank you so much. Our Heavenly Parents have been waiting to receive glory, love, and joy from His beloved children. We must offer at least 1/3 of 7.7 billion people to attend our Heavenly Parents in their daily life and live as one, united family, attending God as their parents. Out of this, I would like to pray and report to you in my name, Hoten and Iena, as blessed to all families.
Once again, thank you very much, beloved Heavenly Parents and True Parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. And thank you to all leaders, blessed families, brothers and sisters. We wish you a pleasant and beautiful Sunday. 사랑합니다. 감사합니다.